A song of bur a song of bards and bowmen. This is the beginning of the bard quest. Guildmaster Lucien wishes to speak to you about learning new skills. Well met, Bryce. Would that we had the time for banter, but we're all up in arms here. Yet another Ixaly dirigible has been spotted over the Twelveswood, you see. Their reappearance calls to mind the Battle of Griffin Calling. Well, I say battle. Most are disagreed that massacre would be rather more apt. I, the Ixal, dealt us a crushing defeat that day. Right around this time of year it was, more than 2 decades past. A humiliating episode in our history, to be sure, but heavens forbid that we ever forget it. Failure is the finest, if not the kindest, of teachers, and few things drive a man better than its sting. Ah, but do let's speak of cheerier matters. Mayhaps you've already heard, but a renowned archer has recently returned to the Twelveswood, the one they called the God's Bow. That's just the title, of course. His birth name is Jahantel, and he was once of the God's Quiver. The man was a legend even then, and there was no honor greater than being taken under his tutelage. But that's not all there is to him, mind you. Jahantel was also a skilled bard, one of the rare few capable of inspiring others to great feats through song. Upon learning that the God's Bow had returned, dozens of us flocked to him in hopes of training under a legend, yours truly included. Alas, the meetings haven't unfolded quite as we had hoped. Jahantel has refused to teach each and every suitor that has approached him thus far. Though it should be mentioned that the topics he is reluctant to instruct us in do not include poetry and song. He seems exceedingly keen to teach us all about them. Some few of us were tempted to take him up on the offer, save that we have a nation to defend. Far be it from my intent to belittle all those bards out there, but I like my chances rather better charging into battle with quiver than a harp. And here we were hoping that transcendent mastery of the bow might be ours. By the sparkle in your eyes, I wager you have an interest in that self-same poetry and song. Come now, there is no call for shyness, and there is more to life than battle. If you would present yourself as a pupil to Jahantel, I happen to know his whereabouts. I'm given to understand that he has made camp somewhere west of Quarry Mill in the South Shroud. Jahantel is an agreeable sort of fellow, and should be willing enough to meet with you. Truth be told, I'm still holding on to hope. If you can find a way into Jahantel's confidence, mayhap he can yet be persuaded to train us. I wish you the best of luck, friend. Okay, back to Quarry Mill. Of course, I have to get rid of a little visitor first. I don't want my meeting. Now I can use this. I was trying to use that all during the battle. I thought it was still. Alright, that's better. Let's begin this meeting, shall we? Another guest. You are kind to pay me visit, young one. Naught gives us elderly folk more pleasure than the company of the young. Add to that a steaming pot of tea and the beauty of this Twelveswood, and we could want for a little more. But the curl of your lip tells me that tea and scenery are not what you desire. You seek knowledge of archery, I take it. In which case, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. Bryce, was it? Yes, yes, I am Jahantel, the one they called the God's Bow, but that was in another life. I have long cast aside my bow, taken instead a harp to my breast. For years I have lived as a bard, going wherever the wind blows, exulting in the beauty of creation through song. To be sure, I still have the eyes to recognize a promising archer when I see one, and you, young one, have promise. Keep your nose to the grindstone, and one day you may count yourself a virtuoso of the bow. Yet, know that virtuosity is worthless without virtue. Aye, the words of the ballad of the vainglorious fool tell us this much. You truly wish to remain and learn poetry and verse? Sorry. Well, well, well. I must admit to be rather taken aback. In uncertain days such as these, there are few indeed who would devote their time to song as opposed to more tangible endeavors. You intrigue me, young one. I find myself growing curious as to how the melodies of old might find expression through you. I do believe a certain friend of mine will be of the self-same opinion. Aye, that will be as good a place as any for us to begin. Listen well, Bryce. There is a Mughal named Pukno Puki, who can be found wandering in an area situated east of here. I would have you present yourself to him. Pukno Puki is possessed of a discerning eye for talent. If he sees potential in you, I should well be satisfied that you indeed have the makings of a bard. Heed me, O Poussin Optic. Turn thee over the hourglass of time, that we might gaze upon the battles of yore. Bit of a run from here. I'm trying to remember exactly where it is. It's past Taker's Rot. He's past like the goblins and stuff. He's like deep in their doggone stronghold, which I don't understand why. Why couldn't he have just been in a very simple place and not been in a place that's wrought with danger? I think the first time I tried this, I well and plenty got my hind kicked. In this freaking stronghold. Fight my way past this have happened? It's just so embarrassing. A blunder for the ages, Coupeau. You understand what I'm saying, don't you? Sorry about that. Hold on one second. That's a rare talent, I'll allow, but you've caught me at a bad time, Coupeau. Now be a good adventurer and show yourself out. Jahantel sent you? You should have said so sooner, Coupeau. You do know that Jahantel is no ordinary bard, yes? His songs can solve your heart and strengthen your resolve. They can banish your fears and fill you with hope. And that's not even scratching the surface. Why, to hear him perform is like bathing in sunbeams, Coupeau. I've asked, begged, and pleaded more times than I care to count for Jahantel to stay and sing in the forest. Only now has he deigned to set foot here again. But he's refusing to sing for us. That's a blatant breach of promise, Coupeau. But what's this? Why, your being resonates a chord similar to Jahantel's, perhaps even identical, Coupeau. By the 12, this means that things may yet turn out as planned. Why, you might even have it in you to surpass the man, and that's saying a lot, Coupeau. Egads, your coming had me so excited my predicament and I escaped my mind. There's a charm that I had meant to give to Jahantel, you see, but it was stolen as I napped, Coupeau. I roused just in time to espy the thief and attempted to give chase. Alas, drowsiness robbed me of my balance, and I was delayed by this tree. Last I saw of that overbold brigand, he, or possibly she, was scurrying towards Taker's Rock, Coupeau. Now, I realize we've only just met, but would you mind recovering the charm and delivering it to Jahantel in my stead? Where the heck is the charm? Oh, Jesus. I hope I don't get my butt kicked. Oh, yeah, I remember this. This is really, really hard. Brian can go play over there. Let's go ahead and finish the job. Have you recovered the charm? There you go. You did it, Kupo! Please, you must now deliver it to Jahantel. Pardon me. Tell him that Pukno Puki thinks him a cunning rogue, but is excited nonetheless. So excited, in fact, that he cannot help but sing Kupo-la-la-la-lo. Whatever the world. Okay. This might seem silly, but I don't feel like fighting my way back. Okay, that time I got through it not so bad. Thank goodness. Probably have to get rid of my little visitor again. Or include my Welcome back, Bryce. You have a charm and a message for me from Pukno Puki, you say? A cunning rogue, am I? I suppose I must explain. Pukno Puki and I go back a long way to when first I took up the harp. I made a promise to him then, one that I have yet to make good on. Pukno Puki has long desired that I remain in the 12's wood to sing for the rest of my days. Regrettably, I have been ill and ill able to oblige him. Duty called, you see. I had battlefields to stand upon and comrades to protect. Moreover, an event came to pass that rendered my being in the 12's wood problematic. I thought that by taking eager souls such as you, under my wing, mayhap it would suffice to appease Pukno Puki. Of course, he saw straight through my little ruse. What the Muggles lack in grace, they amply make up for it in wits. The creatures are great lovers of song. That you return with his charm is proof positive of his high regard for your potential as a bard and archer both. The charm is a crystal known as Soul of the Bard. Pukno Puki asked that you bring it to me, but he meant for you to have it. It is a gift from the Muggles, bestowed upon those they deem worthy of walking the path of the true bard. The soul of the bard harbors memories of the past, verses and refrains sung by the bards of old. As you gain in worldly experience, more of these memories will find expression through your being, imbuing your song with powers untold. Now, it may surprise you to hear that bowmen and bards are as next of kin. By the same token, mastery of song is dependent upon one's prowess as an archer. The sense in this will be lost upon you at first, but in time the realization will dawn that bow and harp are but stringed instruments played by the same hand. Go now, Bryce, and let your body and soul drink deep of the melodies of old. When next we meet, I hope to see a fully fledged bard standing before me, one who exceeds even Pukno Puki's wildest expectations. The next bard quest will be available from Jahantel upon reaching level 35. And we get Mage's Ballad, which is one of my favorite spells. The melody sung by the bards of old resounds within you.